A very good morning to you and welcome to NBS a breakfast meeting. Here we talk opportunities. Here we talk about what's happening, what businesses are booming. We talk about issues. We talk about all kinds of topics. And this morning we'll be talking real estate. And they say when you invest in property, land, or maybe building or construction, you probably will never go wrong. And that is one of those things that is an asset. Probably not to regret in any time or years to come. And we keep talking about development, especially with the new cities, with the new cities that were created for Poto, Mbarara, Gulu. People are excited, but there's a lot of work that is going into making sure that when you talk about a city, it's different from just on paper. It looks also like a city. Now, Mbarara City seems to be taking a very good lead. We were actually discussing that with my guests, who I'm going to be introducing shortly, in what we term as organizing, in terms of business, in terms of being switched on, in terms of real estate. Beyichini, who is one of those real estate companies taking a lead in Mbarara as we speak. We're going to be talking about how are they managing to do that and what opportunities for those who are watching can be able to take on as we continue to diversify and develop our country. This morning I'll be speaking to Daniel Arinda, who is a marketing manager, Beyichini ReaL marketing company. A very good morning to you, Arinda. How are you doing today?
I'm doing so well. Good morning.
I'm good. I know you've been to different cities. Fort Poto, I don't know whether you've been there.
I've been to Fort Poto.
Have you been to other cities, the newly created ones?
Yeah, sure. I have been there.
Mbarara City seems to be catching on really fast. How are you guys managing to do that? What do you think?
Apparently, Mbarara was always faster than any other city that was out there. People are hungry. We have a population. We have a young generation. And everyone is really picking it up there. So we have a city to look up to, which is Kampala, when you're comparing to Uganda here. So everyone wants to be Kampala. Every city wants to be Kampala. And Mbarara is not sitting down. Everyone is taking a step. Everyone is doing whatever they can do. And I think, given time, we shall get somewhere.
Beyichini, the real estate company, which we're getting to know as one of those leading property ownership and management in Mbarara City, or Mbarara as a district. Tell us about it. What does Beyichini even mean?
Thank you so much. Beyichini is the Swahili word, which means low price. So there was a tendency of people thinking to buy land, you have to be a rich person, you have to be having a big salary, you have to save for years. But we realized it was just a simple art that we could introduce to people to know that actually if you make that money and that money doesn't solve your problems, you should buy it land. Because we say we have, like Beyichini, for example, we have plots which go for as low as 5 million. And we are saying pay 2 million, we give you time to pay balance. You see, 2 million is money that is affordable almost by every Ugandan. Young or old, that's money you can really look for if you're interested in acquiring property. So we tell you, look for 2 million, pay balance. So you realize, instead of thinking of, if I want to buy land, I have to have billions of money, hundreds of thousands, or hundreds of millions. You just need like 2 million, you need 3 million, you need 5 million. So Beyichini, that's how Beyichini comes in. So we say, you want land, you want anything property, come to Beyichini. If you're in Mbarara, if you're in any other part of the country and you want to own something around Mbarara City, come to us. Because I think people have kept it a secret. You realize that if we are a clique and one of us is acquiring property, they never tell you what they are doing. So you keep hanging out there. You have 5 million, you think it's not enough money to buy something. But someone is picking 2 million or 1 million or 500,000 every month, saving it on a property, which has helped many people acquire property and others have nothing.
Beyond property ownership and management, does Beyichini only, is that the only category that you, of service that you offer? What more do you offer?
We offer quite a number of services. There is consultancy. Here is, we look at people. I stay in Kampala, I stay in Fort Poto, I've come back to Mbarara on a property, but I want to dispose it off for something better, for an opportunity I'm going for, let's say, in Kampala or Fort Poto. So when you come, let's say if the property is 500 million, people will tell you, this is 300 million. So you realize that if you sell at that value, people are cheating you. You're losing a lot of money. So we give you as our consultants, you come to us, tell us this is our property, how do you help me? We tell you this is the right value if you want to sell in this time, this is the right value if you want to sell in this time. So we guide people to have their property not undervalued or overvalued and they to stay on the market for so long.
And you know, those are some of the nitty-gritty that comes to real estate that people do not think about. When you want to sell a piece of land, you tell the broker, you know what, the broker, I want to sell this land, get me a buyer. And whatever happens for you, as long as your mind is set, you don't know how much. Is there more to estate management that people do not know about?
Yeah, there is more to estate management that people do not know. I would give you an example. You're Bagaya, you come to Mbara, you want to buy land. Definitely, you're new to the place. You don't know which area is picking faster, which area is slower. All you have is, I have my 100 million, I want to invest it, but you don't know where. So we, as property managers and people who have been in the industry in Mbara, we guide you, we tell you, no, if you have 100 million, what are your investment goals? You tell us. So we direct you, we say, no, we have these 4 divisions in this city, but if you want your money to take this shape, if you want to do this kind of business, this is where you're going. So ideally, I think we as Beyichini, that is something that we really put into consideration, and we make sure that all our customers and all people who want to invest come to us so that we are able to guide them.
Let's now talk about property. You know, Beyichini, that's 2 million. You dangled.
If that money can't help you,
dangled the bread into my face. I'm like, 2 million in him. Now let's work as projects.
Okay.
What are those projects that you have standing right now of someone who wants to enter this new year with a property? And you've said 2 million. I look up to you and I'm like, you know what, Beyichini, I have my 2 million. Where do we start? All
right, thank you so much. 2 million as good deposit of 5 million. Of a 5 million plot, for example. We do have Beyichini Karongi. I'll start with the prime properties and then as I go down. Beyichini Karongi, this is an estate we have in Nyachara. Nyachara is 10 kilometers from Mbara town. I can say it's prime. The neighborhood, we're just next to the airstrip, which is going to be expanded into an airport. So if you're looking at having a home in an exclusive area in Mbara right now, that is the best estate you should really consider having a plot in. Our plots go for as low as 25 million, but we give you almost up to 1 year of paying. So you realize that even if your salary is really small, you can afford this. That's one. We have Robienje, and the plots are enough meanwhile, before I go to Robienje.
How big?
500 plots, each with a land title, there is access to water. We do roads which are 40 wide feet. So as others are selling you plots of 25 by 40 feet, for us, 40 feet is the road we give you to access your plot. So that is what is special about that estate. Then we go to Nyachara, we go to Robienje. There we have around 120 plots. Titles are out, you pay, you go with your title. So that is something that keeps you secure even when you're out of Mbara. You just know, I've come to Mbara to buy land, I go with my title. It is something so special that you never find with other businesses in the same area in Mbara. So we as Beyichini, we make sure you have that. Now, apart from that, we have several other estates in the outskirts of the city. That is Vihare 3, where you can come with 10 million, you come with 5 million, you come with 7 million, and we go with the plot. There are many. So
you know, you talked about because I have been to Mbara, so I'm actually putting mental notes of some of those places, and of which I know that people who are watching are also doing mental notes of where these places are.
Yes.
You talked about consultancy, which is one of the services that you do.
Absolutely.
I'm going to use this opportunity to help those who are watching. In Bihare, what would you say as a consultant? Now we're not going to pay you. I'm going to steal your knowledge for free. What would be the business perspective there?
Thank you so much. If you're buying in Bihare, first of all, Bihare is 13 kilometers off town. I would look at it as a residential area. So if you buy a plot in Bihare, you're looking at having a home there, a country home, where you can do a few projects. Bihare is a fast-growing city suburb, whereby you're sure all services you will need. If you have your home there, you will have. So Bihare is a residential area of Mbarara city.
And Karokarunji?
Karokarunji is Nyachara, that is purely residential. That one serves the main city. If you have to own a property in Karokarunji, either just to invest there or to stay there, still Mbarara will be your area of work.
Any festive offers?
Absolutely. We have 20, for Karokarunji and Rubuyenje, we have 20% off. These are plots that have been going for 30 million plus, but we said since this is Christmas, they have to go for 25. Yeah, so if you're out there and you've been hearing Karokarunji, you're hearing Rubuyenje, I think it is the opportunity right now to come to us. Yeah.
Now, you said you have a 1-year payment plan. You know, you can stretch it as far back as 1 year.
Absolutely.
To also, I'm hoping to include salary earners.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what are the payment plans? How do you work on that?
Different estates, different plans. But for example, Karokarunji, we require 25% deposit.
How much?
25%.
25%, okay.
So that is, out of 25 million, it means you come with your 7.25 million, you deposit, then you can pay the balance in installments up to the time we have agreed.
Do you have, usually some of the real estate companies, for instance, the ones that we interacted with here in Central, they partner with companies. Do you have such arrangements as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. And now here, we don't only focus on companies, even individuals. Previously, when we were beginning, I told you challenges people face. I'm Bagaya, I'm in Kampala, I own a property in Mbarara. Let's say I have 80 acres. But because of the enlightenment I've got in Kampala here, I feel like if I invested this money in a mall, it can do something better than just having the land in Mbarara. Now, that's when we call you to come to us. You can choose to sell the property to us, or you partner with us and we sell it for you. So we shall get that property, if it's 50 acres, 60 acres, we develop them with the arrangement we have.
Also, you also develop?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We develop the 50, 60 acres into what the market will consume. Then we give you the timelining. Now, and the advantage with that is, let's say, for example, if we are going to buy a property from you at, let's say, 500 million. Now, we can say, if we manage this property for you, for us, we shall do the development. Of course, that is adding value. And now, instead of 500 million cash, we can give you, let's say, 800 million in 6 months.
Okay.
So you're earning more by partnering with us than selling to us. Absolutely. So partners, that's how we really focus. If you are an individual, if you are a company, that's how we go. And also we face challenge. We've had some partners who come as developers. Because of excitement, I saw real estate was a good business, so I go buy land, I develop it, I start selling. 1 year down, 2 years down, 3 years, the land is not moving because possibly you don't know how to address it to the market. So people come to us and they tell us, we have this estate and we are stuck with it. What do we do? So we advise them, we guide them. If it requires us to have a memo and do the selling for them, that's what we do. You know,
they keep saying, well, the ones here in Kampala, they keep talking. There's this whole talk of the real estate boom is going to, go down. But then, yet we continue to see more real estate. We continue to see more buildings coming up. We continue to see companies like Beyichini saying, look here, this is a move that you cannot go wrong with. Why do you think so?
No, thank you so much. Now, it's people who say that, people have not taken keen interest in understanding how our country is moving. More than 70% of the population in Uganda is below 25. Do you agree with me?
That's true.
Now, literally, it tells you that those are people who own almost nothing apart from their smartphone and a laptop they bought when they were going to university. The university laptop and
Thank you so much. 5 million, I can buy them
and you know, as we are growing up, everyone is told you have to have a home to be a man. And these days, even you have to own something to be a woman.
That's true.
So tell me, how is that going to happen? So if the property available is owned by 25%, where are the 75 going to go? So it means that one is not going to happen, not in the next 10 years, not in the next 20 years. It's not there. So people have just not analyzed. Every person who is 20 and above right now, the next achievement they are looking at is acquiring a plot of land. When they clock 30, they think about owning a home. Outside other things. So tell me, and they have nothing right now. So they are working hard either at a job or at a hustle that they are doing to save and own something. So, and that will be plots of land, and that will be the houses, homes, and everything that is out there.
Arinda, why Mbarara City? Is it only Mbarara City? Are you planning on diversifying? We also have plots of land and lots of development, especially in the Fort Portal city where we are trying to attract a lot of tourism. We need good housing. Is it only that Mbarara City, or you plan also to expand?
Absolutely. Mbarara City was a model. When we were starting real estate with my partners, first of all, we first came to Kampala. Everyone first comes to Kampala. We saw the okay. I don't want to use the word chaos. People will
it
say
is chaos. Trust me, it is
oh,
chaos.
that didn't come from me.
There is chaos. There is chaos.
So we saw the chaos that was happening here. We realized if somebody doesn't do something in Mbarara, it's coming. Because we had started having issues of I come, I'm going to buy land, and someone who is going to show you a piece of land you're going to buy, he goes cutting off the trees off the road. You come back after 2 years, you can't even locate the road that is going to where you bought. So you can't actually even locate your plot unless you go to look for that person. Now, what if that person really died? It becomes a challenge. So we looked at who can organize Mbarara, and that was us. It had to be us. So we started then, that was around 2014, and now here we are. So we have on every estate of us that we are having, sure organization. And after that, other cities, Fort Portal we are coming, Hoima we are coming, Arua we are coming.
We're waiting for you.
Yeah, sure, we shall be there.
How are you able to manage the competition?
I really don't want to say...
You're competing?
Yeah, for sure. Because you see, when you come up with something that has not been existing in an area, really, it's the challenge you have is addressing it to people. Now, that's why we come to NBS. We want people to know that the things you people thought don't exist in Mbarara are here. So that's, and otherwise, if I would say competition is there, then I would say it is healthy right now. Because when everyone is struggling to be like you, I don't think it is competition. Instead, you're bringing a change in an area.
You know, I stopped for a moment and I thought about it, Arinda. If you go beyond Central, where people believe in buying a plot of land, in the villages, in the outcasts of this country, people believe in owning massive plot of land.
True.
But to be specific, people believe in having their farms, their torches, you know, their banana plantations, you know, a vast area where they can do whatever they have to do. Do you think this is a business plan that they will buy into, organizing people in a real estate, a kind of arrangement where they will have amenities, schools? I'm believing that's what that's what you're aiming at. You know, schools, malls, and being able to have one center point. Do you think they will buy into that?
And well, when you say villages, if they are outside the cities, I think for now it is going to take time. Because just like you say, owning a big piece of land with cows, that's prestige. Given the region, like for example, where I come from, if you are a man and you don't have 100 cows, you're no man. Just like that. But mindset keeps changing. 10 years before, wouldn't be discussing this, because even 100 cows would mean nothing. You had to own like thousands of cows. Now they have changed. They realize now instead of having 1,000 cows, you can have 100 which are useful. Or you have 50 which are useful. So as we bring the organization, we also merge with the government programs which help people understand that with small land, you can have improved farming. So you don't have to own the whole country to be a farmer or to be someone.
I'm looking forward to that period of time where you will convince my grandmother.
It's just a question of time. Everything is coming with time.
My goodness, they believe in really having their space. But let's talk about the pandemic and how it has affected real estate, how it has affected marketing and operations of real estate and business. How have you managed to strive through the challenges?
You see, the challenges have been so much. You see, when it happened, the way it happened, everyone, cash flow really changes. Income levels go down. But being dynamic as a company or any other company, or being able to have retaliation, having plans, backup plans for times like this are things you really put into consideration. When the pandemic happened, we as a company, we focused on doing more development. Now you see, and looking out and reaching out to other channels of how best you can reach out to people, because it does not only affect cash inflow, it also affects on how people access information. Like, for example, when the lockdown was on, people can't move, and yet they need to access property, they need to do what. So that's why we took up an initiative, for example, of coming to NBS, because we are sure when we come here, even when somebody's in their house locked down, they're able to see. So sales reduced, that's for sure, but sales were happening. So I can say we as a company, I don't know what's happening out there, but we as a company, we weren't affected that much, but there was an effect. We can see changes in trades of sales.
Arinda, if you're to compare, because you've said you've been in both markets, Central here,
Yeah, sure.
the real estate here, and also now to a new prime and fresh grounds in Imbara. What are some of those mistakes we've made here, especially in real estate in Kampala, that you're making sure that they do not follow you to the west?
Creating slums. The business developers, the real estate developers focus on just making money. I give you an example of, at first, you would come, when you're going to buy, let's say, a plot just in front there, they tell you, we have given you, the Runyankore word would be better, akahanda kebijere. Akahanda kebijere, it means the footpath.
The footpath, yes.
To your plot. So now, a footpath to your plot, because you don't own a car today, doesn't mean your sons and daughters won't own a car when they are staying in that house. Now, such challenges here in Central are still there. Then also, people not respecting standards. You find someone is selling a plot of 25 by 20. That here, they even try to show you how you're going to put a house, then a toilet. But you're creating a slum, a space that is supposed to be occupied by one person, you're putting there 20 people because you want to multiply the money. For example, I gave you an example. We say a plot of 50 by 100. That is the minimum. We have less of that. Our consideration is on 100 by 100, but sometimes there is the market segment that requires the other one. So once in a while, we have something like that has 50 by 100 standards, which we are also phasing out. But now, before we phased out, why we were creating that is 50 by 100, you're able to put whatever you want to put, and you remain with some space, at least a compound. Your kids won't go to the neighbor to play. But here in Central, you find someone is staying in a place of 20 by 30. 20 by 30, the best you can put there is just a small room, and when kids want to play, they go to the neighbors. And in that, you're creating a slum because there is a lot of congestion in one area. Services are not there very well. Electricity, the network of water will be a problem. So we as Beyichini, how we have avoided that in Imbara, actually, when we say we are giving, let's say, a standard 50 by 100, in actual sense, we are giving even a reserve space for water in case national water is going to pass water in that area. And we are giving also a reserve space for an electricity pole. So we do the standard 12.5 decimals, which means you're actually buying around 54 by 104. So the other 4 feet and the other 4 feet above are for that provision. So with that, if the road is well demarcated, and then there is an extra space off the piece you bought, you're sure you won't have such challenges of a neighbor fighting with a neighbor because they want to put an electric pole somewhere.
Interesting. Where do we find you? Those who want to reach out.
Thank you so much. Physically, we are located in Makenke. Makenke is well known because of the old barracks, Makenke Barracks in Bara. So when you reach Makenke Barracks, after that there is a big roundabout.
Oh yes.
Yes. After the roundabout, the next is us. The shell that is there, our office is there. Yes.
Can we be able to reach out to you? You know, you said we're now digital.
Absolutely.
And we're calling upon people who are very far.
Absolutely. Beyichini ReaL or beyichini.com. That is our website. Facebook, Instagram, where Beyichini ReaL Estate.
Arinda, before I let you go.
Yes, please.
One of the issues that has disturbed real estate in Central here is a fraud. You're not sure whether you've bought the real, if the plot is even yours. You buy it today, tomorrow you find someone has marked it or has fenced it. How are you convincing the people who are coming to Beyichini ReaL Estate that this is not what they're going to face?
All right, thank you so much. All our estates, we do, first of all, we do due diligence. We make sure we have checked with lands, know the proper ownership of the property that we are going to sell. And most of the times, since developing has been like the key of what we do, that means we are going to purchase the property. And even when we are going to partner with you on the other arrangement I told you, still we do due diligence. So we get a printed copy to show us real ownership of the property. Now, when we divide the property or when we develop the property, we keep all records of everything, every transaction that we have done with you. So when you come to buy, you have access to information starting from what came from lands, and at the same time, our surveyor is standby. Anytime you can use ours, you can get any other surveyor you choose from wherever you want to do more due diligence. Then with the paperwork, it's up to you. We have a lawyer on table, we have a chairman on table. We want both, or you can choose to use one. But if you're to choose one, most of the times, if it's not titled property, you have to go to the local council. Then if it's titled property, now you can do lawyer, then confirmed by local council. Interesting.
Any last remarks as we conclude?
All right, thank you so much. First of all, thank you so much, NBS, for hosting us. At Beyichini, I can say, if you're thinking about property right now in Bara, think about us. I wish we had a platform where people can give testimonies. Everyone that has worked with us is happy. That is the only word I can use. And just like the saying that is available today is, if money can't solve your problem, they say eat it. No, for us we say bring it to Beyichini, because that money is worth something that you can live on and your kids to live on forever and ever. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you people. If you're stuck with your property, if you need help, if somebody sold you air, like you said, and you need guidance on how to get out of that, come to us. We have vast experience to really make you understand which step to take to do what.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, he is Mr. Daniel Arinda, who is the marketing manager at Beyichini ReaL Estate Company. For those who are looking forward to exploring Bara property ways in terms of property ownership and management consultancy, all the vast services that come with developing land, definitely look out for them on plot 9/5, that is Shell Makenke along Mbara Masaka Road. Now, the cities are here, and there are very many opportunities that are coming up. And of course, those who are sleeping, you will remain sleeping, but there are those who are awake and they're guiding you towards those opportunities. 2 million Ugandan shillings, and you can find a way to property ownership in Mbara City. Trust me, I was there in November, and it's one of those cities that I can literally testify that is switched on. And trust me, if you don't buy land now, it may actually be too late for you, or even more expensive in years to come. So when you're buying land, remember, I gave you this information and Beyichini helped you. But also, if you're looking forward to finding out what to do more, reach out to them. They've said, of course, they're everywhere on the social media platforms, and it is called Beyichini.
Beyichini ReaL Estate or Beyichini.
Beyichini. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I'll leave it here for now. Victoria Bagai is my name. Good morning.